Welcome to Financial Coffee, brought to you by Resource One Credit Union, ignited by the credit union movement and inspired by not wanting to be broke. So come have a sip as we try to come up with just the right blend of financial tidbits to help you achieve your money goals. Welcome, everybody, to Financial Coffee. Today, we have an awesome conversation to be had. And of course, I have a special guest. My friend Erica couldn't join us today, but we do have Elizabeth. Hey, Elizabeth, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. Thanks for having me on today.
So I have to ask our awesome question. What are you sipping on today?
I'm sipping on Black Rifle coffee and I added peppermint mocha while it's still in season. I love peppermint mocha. So good.
Sounds delicious. Today, it's the day after a holiday. I'm ready to start working. It's like a Monday. So I have my black coffee right here, just black, nothing in it, nothing special.
You're ready
Just
to be pepped up.
gets right to the point. So today we have, like I said, we have a great conversation and we're going to be talking about the credit union onion. And Elizabeth, you're just a pro. You had a really good line for this and how we talk about it. So tell us, what is the credit union onion?
Well, the way I kind of think of it is you hear about credit unions being cooperatives and how credit unions help each other. And it's really beneficial because there's some smaller credit unions that don't have the resources that they need. And by being part of this cooperative and this credit union onion, they're able to get some of the resources that they might not be able to get otherwise. It's like building bridges between different groups is probably the easiest way to put it.
Yeah, I love it. And so today, obviously, we want to drop some knowledge on you guys and just give you some good information about who we really are and the institution that you, if you're not a part of a credit union, maybe you want to join. It's just kind of cool to have some information about why we are the way that we are. But credit unions were ran and operated and connected with a whole entire system. And so at the core of the credit union, of course, it's got to be the members. It's got to be,
Always.
they're the center of everything that a credit union does. It's specifically for them. Everything that we want to do, any change we want to make, any new idea that we have, it all is centered around our core, the member. They're at the base for everything that we do.
Yeah, without the members, credit unions would not be around. So that has to be the core of everything and the core of our credit union onion.
Absolutely, at the core, right in the middle. And so obviously, an onion has layers. And so let's talk about some of those layers. So layer one, I'll start with that one. It's the actual credit union. This is the place that you join. For example, with who we work for, Resource One Credit Union. This is anything that we do, our employees, our branches, our call center, all of our employees, everybody that makes up that building, makes up our teams. We are the first layer of that onion. Those are the people, and we're the ones who reach our members. So we're right next to the core, and we're right there for our members.
And then the next layer is called chapters. So we have different chapters. They're more regional. So like we have several chapters throughout Texas, and we actually participate in the Houston chapter and the Dallas chapter because that's where our branches are located. The cool thing about that is we connect with other credit unions and we really get to meet with others, kind of get to talk to them, see what's going on in the local area, see if there's anything that we need to do or participate in. It's a great way to get connected between other credit unions and other organizations within our local area, which then helps and returns to you guys, our members at the core. Because if we don't know what's going on in our local area, if we can't help people in our local area, then we just have no clue what's going on. So it's really great to be involved with the chapters.
Yeah, I mean, and it's easier for us to have a bigger group of people, a bigger level of outreach. It gives us more outreach when we can all come together. And I feel like that's, a huge advantage, a huge difference between credit unions and banks. They're against us and they're against each other. we're here for each other. So we may not serve the same type of membership at Resource One that the next credit union in Dallas serves. So when we work together through chapters, then it just helps us become, a little bit more stronger. And why not?
Yeah.
And then we have our third layer, and it's called a league. And so here for Resource One Credit Union, and for actually any credit union that is in Arkansas, Oklahoma, or Texas, Cornerstone is our league. And so it's a nonprofit organization, and they are there for the success, for the advancement of credit unions and our credit union operations all throughout here in Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. And so there's obviously a lot of different leagues that cover different areas and different credit unions as well.
I kind of think of the league as kind of the parents. They're here for us immediately. They really help us with like training. They help us with advocacy, connecting with local political groups, because we want the advancement of credit unions in the best interest for our members. So we try to make sure that we're really tapped into everything that's going on, especially in the financial industry. There's so many regulations coming down that we have to stay on top of this. And by being connected to the league, they really help us with that. And it's not only that type of stuff, but they also help us with like policies and different procedures. They even help, like, especially the smaller credit unions, they help with like creating marketing items. And there's some other like legal things that they might not be able to participate in otherwise, but they have access to it because they're part of the league. It's a really great way for us all to come together and have like one strong voice, especially through Cornerstone, with us being a part of Oklahoma, Arkansas, and Texas, all those credit unions together, huge voice. We really get heard a lot.
Yeah. And so that's going to take me right to our next layer, our layer 4. So our next layer in our credit union onion is going to be CUNA, or the Credit Union National Association. So they're nationwide. So like we said, the league covers a certain segment of credit unions like Arkansas, Texas, Oklahoma, but the Credit Union National Association, they cover the whole nation. And so everyone in the United States. So they advocate for credit unions just as the league does, but again, on a nationwide level. So they help forward or push forward the credit union movement and what we're about. One really cool thing is that they remove barriers on federal, state, and local levels, and they fight regulatory burdens. So they actually have people that go in and lobby, in DC, and they go in just to advocate for us federally, just to make changes and make sure that we're heard and we're out there.
Yeah, so I know I said the parents is the league. I think of the Credit Union National Association, or CUNA, as kind of the grandparents. They aren't always around, but when you need them, they're here to step in. As soon as you call, they're like, hey, we're on it. And I really like the fact that at a federal level, they're paying attention to all that stuff going on. So at the league level, they're paying attention to state things going on. At the federal level, CUNA is there for us. They're also really good because they also do a lot of the stuff that the league does with training, and it's more high level training, more focused on national type of training. We enjoy doing their, I know I shouldn't say it, but their compliance stuff. Compliance is crazy.
Right.
But compliance is much needed in a financial institution. And so they provide a lot of compliance training, and it's very useful to us. Another cool thing that they launched, I would say probably like 2 to 3 years ago, is they pulled together all these credit unions across the nation and started doing an awareness campaign. So you might have seen some credit union awareness campaigns on TV or on YouTube, or they have ads all over the place. And what they're doing is they're really trying to push the credit union movement down across the whole nation. There's a lot of people that still have no clue what a credit union is. And we really need people to get involved and like open their eyes which happens to be the campaign, opened their eyes
Nice.
to what credit unions are. It's really beneficial joining a credit union and seeing like, hey, my money is going to help the next person and
Right.
help set them up versus, oh, it's going into the pockets of somebody and I'll never see the money again.
Right. And I just love the fact that just having these different layers and having these different organizations like CUNA and even our league, they take care of different things that we don't have to here just directly at the credit union layer. We get to actually speak with our members. Whatever they do, the changes that they have that go forward, it's us that gets to help communicate that with our members and serve our members. And so we still can give that great service because we have somebody else that's helping to take care of it. So we're all working together just to make sure that everything is working all still for the benefit of the member. We're all doing that just for our core. And I can keep going on about that.
I love how we can just tap into it. Like sometimes there's stuff that I need at a chapter or at the league or at CUNA, and I can just tap into whatever fits our organization and
Right.
what we need at that time and what benefits the member ultimately.
Yeah, and every credit union is different. We serve totally different segments of people. So what someone needs here in Dallas, Fort Worth, could be totally different from what a segment of members need in Hawaii. Yes, we have members in Hawaii. So that actually is going to lead me to our next layer, which is the World Council of Credit Unions, WOCU. And so they're worldwide. And so, yes, there are credit unions in other countries. And of course, it's like, well, duh, there's banks in other countries too, but it's still cool that we have something that covers us over the world, you know?
Yeah, it was very eye-opening to participate in DE. And I'm also participating in, there's an organization called Filene, and I've been able to speak to some people that credit unions are huge in Africa. And it's really interesting because there's things that we wouldn't think of here in the United States that they are experiencing over in Africa. And so we're able to talk and go, oh, well, we're doing this. And then they also talk and we're like, oh, wait, you're doing that. Like, we need to come together and like figure out what benefits all of us. It's very eye-opening. And it's really cool too, because we can see what's happening worldwide versus just here locally. There's other members in other countries that need help. There's members in other countries that have a really cool initiative and we want to get involved in, or, hey, we get that information too. So it's been really useful.
And so another thing that I know that we, at a lot of the different layers or levels, is that when there's different crises that happen or different, events that may be because of a disaster or something like that, then we also work together to go and help those other places that may need it at a worldwide level. If there's something that just happened and a big disaster, then we have people that are there for us and will be there if that were to happen to us, just like we would be there if it were to happen in Africa or wherever it may be. So it's really cool how we're kind of entwined and we're there to help. And again, it's all for that member, for the people. We're here because we care. And so no matter if it's even a credit union member or not, we're here for our communities. And so that's, I think, just the whole gist of that is just really awesome.
Yeah, I really love to see that we're all participating in stuff together and we're really making it goes back to that cooperative. Like at the core is the member, but then we're all cooperating together, trying to figure out what's best for our members, trying to help each other and really make it a cohesive thing versus we're trying to go against each other.
Yeah, and be on the lookout. She said Filene, so that's just a big word, a word for you to know now. It's going to come up in another podcast where we talk about history of credit unions. I'm super excited. And just to make it connect with you so you can, again, understand why we're here, where we came from. So that's just a little curve word I'm going to throw out there, a little teaser. But this has been an awesome conversation. And I could really go on and keep talking about it. But I'm going to say thank you, Elizabeth, for joining us. I think it's awesome.
Thanks for having me.
And hopefully you guys enjoyed. And of course, look us up. Thank you so much for listening.
So if you ever have any questions or comments about anything that we've talked about, just like a credit union, we're here to serve you. So let us know what you want to hear. Email us at financialcoffee@r1cu.org. That's the letter R, the number 1, the letter C, the letter U.org.